Here's the thing about raising kids who understand the spirit realm. You have to teach them about it before the world teaches them it doesn't exist. And that is why I began to write children's books, to teach them about the spirit world from the lens of the Bible, so that they grow up knowing and understanding that the spirit world doesn't just exist, but it literally governs the physical world that we're in today. I wanted to give my kids the key to life and succeeding in this life as God gave it to us. So I started writing children's books to explain God's principles in a way that children would understand it. And when I tell you, I realized this book was not just for my kids, it was so much for me. Every single time I read this book, it literally reminds me of the power that God has given us and the principles that we need to live by in order to see that power work. So this is the book. I will read just a little bit out of it for you, just to give you a little sneak peek at what's in here, and maybe your kids would love it too. This book follows two little boys on an adventure to Grandma's garden, where she teaches them the power and wonder of God's Word, how planting it in our hearts is just like planting seeds in soil. It grows into something real, fruitful, and life-giving. On a sunny spring morning, Saint and Soul were excited. To Grandma's garden they were warmly invited. Today, Grandma said with her basket in hand, we'll plant seeds together and learn something grand. Did you know that God's Word is a seed too? When planted in your heart, it grows strong and true. Just like the flowers, fruits, and trees, God's Word produces amazing things with ease. But how does it work? Saint tilted his head. Planting God's Word, he curiously said. Grandma smiled and picked up a tiny seed. Let's plant this first, and I'll explain what you need. This seed is small, but it has the power to grow into fruit or a beautiful flower. God's Word works the very same way. It brings life and hope when we trust and obey. This book was written to plant the truths of the Bible deep in my children's hearts, so they grow up knowing the power of God's Word, declaring it with faith, and watching it come alive in their everyday life. Let's raise a generation that knows how to speak God's Word and see it work in their life. Pre-order your copy now and start speaking life with your little ones.